is exposing himself to a sort of low-level political exchange?
It was sad for the president. He did not look good.
Okay.
And he was very defensive, which means that he had been touched somewhere. So by the time he was saying that Gachagua wanted 10 billion shillings.
And that Muturi.
And there was also, I think, Gashagua had said that he had been offered 2 billion.
Yes.
So between the two of them, they had discussed billions somewhere.
Yeah, there was a billions discussion.
So we don't know which billion is which. But they had discussed.
Okay.
Because they are both saying they discussed. They just did not agree on the amount.
Right.
Whatever it is. But it was a very sad defense by the president. Because it did not come out very well.
Okay.
And maybe you should have learned from Gashagua that there are some things you don't say.
Okay.
Because one of the problems with Gashagua, he does not know how to keep quiet.
He's a truthful man.
You can talk about that. But he should know how to, from the time he became deputy president, some people told him or made him clear, Raila and Ruto are going to get together, and he should watch out.
Okay.
And he ignored that. By the time it was happening, he didn't know what was going on. And Raila has explained that part of the reason he ganged up with Ruto against the Gen Zs was to ensure that Gachagua is nowhere.
Okay.
So I mean the whole thing was very, very carefully orchestrated. So the issue of whether the trip was well organized, yes, it was well organized. And some of the cheering we saw was part of the organization, very clearly. And there were buses and the ferried people, that one is not in doubt. And for Mheshimiwa here to deny that facilitation takes places, that's living in another world.
Okay.
Not the one. So
it never took place.
We expect you to be also truthful, honest in some of these things. And it's because it's not a big secret. Okay. It happens. And
I'm referring to us
even in Parliament, when they vote, see, they come out and tell us we were bribed.
Okay.
When they tell them.
But we have so many liars.
Okay.
Like this Koibori. Koibori lied that we were given 2 million. He came to apologize in Parliament. It's so embarrassing. You see, when people just are loose, Gachagua does not talk the truth. He is just a loose mouth. That is the issue. That's the bottom line. He just says anything without properly consulting what he's saying. Now, let me revisit.
Do you think the president's counter was necessary now that we're talking about Rigathi,
A constant to say exactly why he had to yield to the pressure to impeach Gachagua.
And you've taken the conch from
because
unceremonious.
Professor here says billions were discussed. So in that conversation, the two of them know how much money they discussed.
Okay.
One of them talks about 2, the other one talks about 10. So there was a discussion. And that discussion could have led to demanding. You see, if you come and say, I brought 47% of the government, I'm the one who put you in office, and I can make you a one-term president. So I need 10 billion.
Which is true in a way.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something.
Okay.
The vote for Mount Kenya during the last election was not a Gachagua vote. Us as Meru people, Gachagua came to my constituency only maybe twice, spoke from up. He doesn't know my people. He has no identity with my people. He comes and says he's from Meru, but that's, to us, when our lady is married from Meru, we say goodbye. End of story. You can't come and say now, I am your son. To Kikuyu, children belong to the woman. It's a different culture. Now,
it was probably a Maliza Wende vote, maybe, because they were telling President...
He identified with us this time.
Okay.
Why hasn't he done anything so far? I mean, before. Why did he do anything before? Let me revisit the 2 projects or 3 projects that the Honorable...
But we can't belabor on that because of...
No, I want to tell him that he does not have the context of the project.
Okay.
Kejai Market is under construction. Yes, indeed, people are requesting to move on. That's the other
He's from there, though?
They moved.
I was there yesterday.
Okay.
I'm from there this
I went there yesterday. No construction.
So the problem
but at least it was a weekend. Can we say that
the problem we have, The problem with that with Gachagua people is that they are all liars. They are serial liars and they lie in front of camera. They lie anywhere without sweating. If I lied like him, I'd be sweating.
They accuse the president
profusely.
But the president himself said
let me see
it got delayed in procurement.
Can I say this?
Acknowledge that.
He acknowledged.
Can I actually answer the question? Yeah. Can I say that this project, I've been following the construction of it. It was not given 2.5 years ago. It was mentioned last year.